Sir Billy Connolly, nicknamed the Big Yin, is one of Scotland's best known comedians.
You shut the f*** up, you!
But how well do you know him? Here are 5 facts you may not know. Billy suffered a difficult childhood. Initially, Billy and his sister were raised solely by their mother when the father was stationed for the RAF in Myanmar, but when he was aged 4, she ran away and left them. Perhaps surprisingly, Billy is quite forgiving of her decision, as he believes she did what she had to do to survive, and therefore he doesn't feel in his heart he was abandoned. But now without their mother, they were both reluctantly brought up by their aunts, who resented being handed this responsibility, so they emotionally abused Billy and his sister. Eventually, Billy's father took custody full-time when he returned to the UK, but Billy's childhood went from bad to worse as his dad physically and sexually abused him between the ages of 10 and 15. So Billy kept this trauma to himself until he eventually told his wife on the day his father died. Billy used to work in construction. Prior to finding his true calling on stage, Billy was an engineer. In Scotland, he completed a 5-year apprenticeship as a boilermaker at Glasgow Shipyards, and then continued working as a welder for a couple more years into his early 20s. So Billy later described the shipyards as a death trap, and being lucky to escape from them. However, without the shipyards, Billy believes he would have never been a comedian, as the hard-working men he worked with became a great comedy influence. Connolly moved on and travelled miles away to Nigeria in 1965 for 10 weeks to help construct an oil platform, before relocating again to Jersey and the Channel Islands, where he helped build a power station. Eventually, he moved on to a career as a folk singer, and then of course to comedy. For Billy, there's no place like home. Unlike his wife Pamela Stevenson, who likes to enjoy an active holiday in new surroundings, Billy doesn't like to be anywhere but home. But Connolly now spends much of his life living by the beautiful coast in Florida, so who can really blame him? An ideal holiday Billy describes is lying in bed, drinking tea and watching TV. Although in the past, he did go to watch his beloved Celtic FC at Celtic Park Stadium, where he has a seat for life in the main stand, next to Rod Stewart's. Billy's drunk no alcohol since 1985. Billy is teetotal and has been so for almost 40 years. He managed to achieve this with the help of his wife Pamela, after being an alcoholic for much of his younger life. So Billy once shared that he used to enjoy drinking, but after a while the fun stopped when it started to embody him. His favourite drink is now tea, which he calls the best substance in the world. Billy rode 8,500 miles around New Zealand on a custom-made tricycle. The love of bikes has been with Sir Billy for a long time, and in 2003 he took a custom-made tricycle over 13,000 kilometers around the 2 islands of New Zealand, while on a nationwide stand-up tour. As well as stopping for his comedy shows, Billy also made sure to enjoy some of the scenery and culture that the country has to offer. So Sir Billy Connolly has had a very fruitful and eventful life up to this point, but now retired from stage and living with Parkinson's disease, his wife Pamela dedicates her life to being his main caregiver, and Billy says his responsibility has shown his selfless side to her. However, Connolly is still enjoying life and embracing his older years. In fact, you might also not know that Billy has now turned to art for his main creative output, and he described this new hobby as giving him a new lease of life. If you enjoyed this video, you may want to check out our other videos on the channel page, or by tapping one of these links. Please also remember to like, comment and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and
Good night.